Yo, what's up? This is Dizzle News checking in, and I heard it was something going on here at Connor Hayes Park, aka 10th Park in Maywood. And I also heard it's a lot of legends from Maywood. So why not pull up and see who we can chop it up and talk to? Come on, let's go.
That summer feeling, that summer feeling.
These are the real Sopranos.
That summer feeling is gonna haunt you for the rest of your life.
This is one of the most active people in Proviso Township and one of the most active people in Maywood, if not Mr. Active. Shout out DBL, shout out Danka. Dank, first of all, I want to just tell us about this experience right here in the park.
It's pretty good, like just to get 4 new courts, like state-of-the-art courts too, so they got something to play on and really train out here.
You got any memories of 10 Park?
Oh yeah, me dunking on everybody.
And if you could pick 2 players, who is your favorite players from Maywood growing up?
It got to be my best friend Calvin Ector that passed away, and my brother CP.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's something about Maywood that still keeps you wanting to give back? Why do you do what you do?
Because I see myself in every one of these kids out here, so just want to get them something we never had.
There we go, man. How can we keep in tune with DBL?
On Instagram, Danka Basketball League, and Lil DBL on Instagram and Facebook, Danka Basketball.
Do you remember your first time being at 10th Park? Whatever it is, your first time.
My first time being at 10th Park was probably when I was maybe in 7th grade, coming up here to watch the boys play basketball, of course.
Okay. And you still here now, right?
I'm still here now in the community, supporting all the kids, enjoying this beautiful 4 courts and this football field, excited about what the community is doing and where we're going.
There we go.
And I still live in the community.
Boom. Yeah, I'm right here with we'll call him another Maywood legend, somebody that was on this court, may have put in work with that laugh, we don't know, but
Just smidge, man.
first introduce yourself, man.
Chris Fuqua, man, North-South representative, 3rd and Ohio, class 05 from Proviso East. And just like I said, your neighborhood police officer, man.
What role did basketball play in your upbringing?
Man, a huge role. It taught me discipline, taught me how to be serious and focused on something in my life rather than just messing around and doing whatever just to kill time. And it opened lanes for me to, like I said, continue my education in college. And eventually, like I said, gave me a path to come back to my community and, like I said, help kids, help adults, help everybody in this community as best I could.
Now, you got any memories for 10th Park right here? Just something that stand out?
I got one embarrassing moment, I will say. David Prince, his older brother Smurf, he introduced me to 10th Park the wrong way, man. I was coming up here as a young guy trying to get into the whole flow of the basketball thing, trying to be aggressive as I always have when it comes to defense. And just to say, Smurf introduced me to the 10th Park, the true athletes, the guys that are potential pros that got that level of athleticism. And he showed me. He learned me that day.
Right. You got any stories of Doc Rivers? Any connections? Any inspiration behind just Doc and how the original courts were?
Initially, like I said, it was one of those things. David Gould, which is a mentor to me growing up, he basically told us about the whole Doc Rivers influence in the community. I per se wasn't like somebody that knew Doc personally. I knew family members like Grady and them through the community. Yeah. But like he told us about like how they did the course for us and how it was something that he wanted to give back to us. But I mean, I ran into Doc numerous of times through different events through the community. But then I said he was always a stand-up guy, and he always took the time to speak and have a little powwow with guys, especially athletes that played with the program at Proviso East.
Do you have a favorite player from Maywood ever? Just like just somebody who game you just like, I just love that person game. Is it a person that just stand out? One person?
2 people that stand out to me when I think about Maywood. Number 1 was D. In high school, his charisma, his energy, his ability to make you feel comfortable in your own skin no matter who you were, that stood out, bar none to me. Now, as far as somebody that I saw on the court, Jacob Pullen, his ability to play on the ball, off the ball, affect the game the way he did during high school, it's burned in my memory for sure.
There we go. Hey, it's Maywood Legends. We got history around here. We're going to get into that throughout the rest of the day. Yo, I'm sitting here with Maywood legend, from Proviso East. A young buck, but he's still a legend in here on this basketball court. BC, first tell us, give me a little track history real quick of you in Maywood.
Oh man, went to Irving, set my footprints there a little bit, moved around a little bit. Was on 9th and Lexington at St. Eulalia, graduated, went to Maywood, went to East. Was kind of did it all. Was all conference in football my senior year, did that, had some scholarship offers. Of course, was first team All-State, all conference, Reebok All-American. People trying to take that All-American tag away from me. But it was Round Ball Classic All-American. I am All-American.
There we go.
Yeah, man.
You went to San Diego State?
Yeah, went to San Diego State. I transferred, went to U of I first, U of I for 2 years.
There we go.
Had a little run in there, bounced out to San Diego State. Went out there, made some noise with a great team out there.
And then you was able to play some professional ball, right?
Yeah, man, was able to move around, hit Canada, Japan, Argentina, Australia, had most of my joints in Australia, won 2 championships over there. Retired, was able to start coaching over there, coached in the 2nd Division Men's League for a couple years over there.
What's something about Maywood that you kept with you during that whole time, your whole career, in your locker? Like, what's something about Maywood that you kept with you?
When it's time to go get it, it's time to go get it. Like, that's something that when we started playing, I started playing football and baseball up on this field behind me as a shorty, and that's when they was teaching us then, when it's time to go get it, it's time to go get it. You know what I mean? And it's like, once I went to school, once it was time to go get it, it's time to go get it. Go overseas when it's time to go get it, because that's the money, right? Like, so that's the one thing I always kept with me, man.
There we go. And you want to share anything with the shorties in Maywood? Just what you learned through all your experience as a student athlete and now as a father. Like, what's something that you would tell the shorties or even grown-ups right now? Just a message.
Man, to the shorties, the first thing is there is no dream that's too big. That's the one thing that I've seen just for me, people. We're not even talking about sports, we're talking about life. There is no one dream that's too big. If it's something that you can think of, go with it, because it might be something else that somebody's never thought of. To the adults, the one thing I would say, man, is like, and this is in no disrespectful manner at all, but allow the kids to be kids, right? Remember what it was like when we was outside and we was having fun. It wasn't about sports, it wasn't about winning, it was about being a kid. So I think that's what basketball is missing. These shorties, that creativity, they're having fun. So sports in general will allow these kids to be kids, and I think everything else is gonna flourish from there.
Facts. There we go. Kids be kids, man. Drive slow. I seen this youngin' grow up. We probably got a lot of pictures from when he was this tall, I was this big, and now we both slimmed out, evolving to great things. But yo, Vic, just tell me something about your basketball journey that you want to share.
So the thing about my basketball journey, I had to grow a lot, and like skill-wise, like skill development is a big thing, especially different levels, playing on different levels, definitely. So yeah, that's definitely a part of my journey. The Sterling Brown camp, it comes around yearly, so that helped me. So yeah, I built a lot of friends with basketball. Like without basketball, I really wouldn't have had no friends for real. So it's like, so yeah, like basketball evolves around my whole life.
Say it, baby. Say it, baby.
Remember the time that no, what's his name used to be the commentator of the NBA, but he died. The plant,
Jerry Cross? No, with the jumpsuit, with the Blazers.
Sager.
Craig Sager.
He came to our house when we lived on 16th and 16th in St. Charles. And he came to our house. And Maywood got mad at us because we didn't tell them that he was coming. So they had to redo 10th Park because the baskets was hanging and, it was in disarray. So they said we could at least call and told them that Sagers was coming. The Sagers stayed at our house a half a day interviewing Mike.
And it was the days, though, back then.
Yeah, it was.
The park was redid by Doc Rivers.
Yeah.
Years ago, but that's the only time the park ever got redid beside now.
Right.
So the park went through a lot of generations with a lot of players from just Glenn going backwards, Doc Rivers, Isaiah Thomas, Bernard Randolph. It was a lot of players from other schools that competed at this park for years. And the competition level was at a high level. When Mike and the Three Amigos came along, Maywood was like the basketball. It was like Rucker Park. Back then, it was like this place used to look like Rucker's Park, crowded every day.
I went to all those games in the 91, 92. Every road game, everything. I was at all that games.
But that's how the park used to be as far as competition, because we always played against the best in the middle court. That was like the best that get on the court. It was in the middle court. And when Mike, Donnie, and Sherelle came, it was like no team that could beat them. You know, you got to go get Doc Rivers, Isaiah Thomas. You got to go get some big heavy hitters. You know, but it was the competitiveness for the 21 block.
Well, Tim Park for me is like the mecca of basketball in Maywood in the summertime. All right, Tim Park was always jumping all the way back into the 70s, or I can go back into the 70s where it was jumping, where people would come from everywhere to play. It was like the Illinois version of Rucker Park. Everybody came here to play. Everybody from Chicago, from everywhere. If you was a player, if you didn't play here, you didn't play.
So it's a big, you couldn't compare it to now, really. Saying the 70s now to the excitement in the park, it's not the same?
No, it's not the same because society changed. You know, things changed. There was a period of time in the 90s where the kids couldn't really come out and play because it was too much going on in the neighborhood. So now it's starting to get rebuilt and it's starting to come back and the kids are back out playing and doing different things. So now our job is to try to bring it back and get it back that way.
And what you think this refurbished of the park gonna bring? What type of excitement to Maywood in the community?
Well, I think it's going to rejuvenate the thirst to let people know that the people and the powers in Maywood care about the kids and what's going on. So, and that we are looking for things for them to do, and they'll start to get more involved. And that's the thing now. New court, new all that. The kids are going to come. If you know what they say. If you build it, they will come.
True.
Well, they coming.
There we go, man. So, again, Coach Layton, tell us some of the things that you do in this community, about your foundation, about you as an everyday man.
Okay, well, as first, I'm a lifelong resident. I grew up here, went to school here, elementary school, high school, Proviso East Pirate, graduate in 1982. And in the community, I'm a fire captain in the community. I also work security at the schools. I just got elected to District 89 school board, so now I'm a school board member. And also, we have a foundation DLD for youth. It's a young man mentoring program. It's right here. We mentor young males, just teach them about identity, how to handle themselves in the community, how to do things and build things with their hands. It's just teaching them about their self and their how to be good people, basically. So that's just, you know, some of the stuff I do. I used to run a girls basketball program called the Lady Dribblers, you know, so I've been doing this 30, 40 years.
He's active. That's the point we're trying to make. We're trying to see the most active people in the community, and seeing black men do it, you can't be nothing but happy about that. Appreciate it, Coach.
I know, I appreciate you, man. You one of the ones, man. I remember when you was 8 years old, right on this field right here. Coaching you right on this field right here. So, hey, it's coming full circle now. Now it's our turn to start stepping away, though. It's y'all turn to step up. True. You know, we the information people now. Yep. Y'all can do the work now. We just going to support y'all now. You got to keep passing it along.
True. That's true. That's true. Peace, man.
Right.
Thank you.
My name is Leroy Carter, and I've been around here in Maywood for about 50 years, at least.
Now give me one OG memory of 10th Park that you know of. You
10th Park?
Yes.
Man, 10th Park, we out here from 4 o'clock to 10 at night. Everybody trying to stay in the middle court, to stay on the floor. We got guys coming from the city to play out here trying to see who the best. And everybody's just playing and hooping and having fun. You know what I'm saying? When I came up in Southern's court, it's like, man, which court would we have made the main court? And then the main court is what everybody play. All the good players compete. You know what I'm saying? And to stay on that court, you had to keep winning.
What's one person that sticks out to you that many people may have not known in this park or just in Maywood hoops?
You know what? It's so many great players that have come through here that it's just hard to say. You know what I'm saying? I started playing with the older guys, and that's how I learned how to play. So I took my kids, and they started playing with the older guys, and that's how they learned how to play. There's just so many. You can't name one person because you got everybody that come through here.
That's the greatest answer. You can't name one person in Maywood because we got a lot, man. Shout out to Mr. Carter, y'all.
All right.
right, bro. Good luck to you, son.
Hey, young man, where you going? Don't run away. I know. Yeah. What's up, man?
I'm going to get
The three amigos, Mike, Sherelle, and Donnie, they were like my sons, okay? And when they became friends, they stayed friends. They're still friends, you know? And if I need anything, I know I can call them. You know, even though I don't live in Maywood anymore, I'm still from Maywood. Because when they said Michael Finley's from Chicago, no, he's not. He's from Maywood, okay? But it's been a good run, though. You know, Mike's doing good. He's got his own family now, but he never forgets where he came from. You know what I'm saying?
That's somebody I aspire to be still, because based on his career, but in the production side, just everything.
Yes.
How he handled himself in the corporate world, that's somebody that I still look up to this day. So.
Because even with Donnie, Sherelle.
Oh, he in the back.
Go for it. Come on now.
The tallest one had in the back.
How y'all doing today? I want to thank the mayor for inviting all of us out here. We from 10th Park. I remember when I first came up here from Louisiana, 1989. It was the first park I came to play basketball at. Playing with Donnie, Mike, the rest of the guys on the 91 state championship team. Like Donnie said, I wish the park was like this when we was coming up. Man, I'd have played all day like we did back in the day. We played all day. Hopefully these kids, the little kids like these little guys, take advantage of this great situation that they're doing in Maywood.
Donnie was always number one, Sherelle was number two, and Mike was number three.
Yeah.
But out of the three of him, I used to always hear that Mike's going to be the one that's going to make it to the top. Like he's the general manager now of the Dallas Mavericks, you know. So he's come a long way, but he never forgets where he come from, you know.
Shout out to Mike Finley. Shout out to Mike Finley and Mama Finley right here, y'all.
Okay. Well, thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I'm here with one of my hometown heroes, Donnie Boyz. Donnie, first, what up, man? Salute to you for just being who you are, brother. I want to give me your original 10th Park memory, something that just popped in your head.
Well, you know, the most thing, hopefully they put the lights out here, but they got them out here. That's the thing that I remember, just playing all the way to the lights cut off, usually about 10:30, 11. You know, me, Mike, and Sherelle, Don Beasley, and other couple of people that I grew up with, and just the competitive spirit, the games, you know. You really had to learn, like, and really hone your game, you know, and hone your skills here up here to run the courts.
What's one of your favorite players that nobody knows of? Just somebody that stick out from Maywood, got game, and you just like, this somebody right here that you may not know.
Well, you know, when I was younger, a guy named Craig Glidey, they used to call him Little Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Patting his game a little bit, trying to play like Jordan. You know, when you're younger, you know, and you're looking up to somebody, you know, they doing some things that you wish you could try, maybe a little bit more athletic than you are. And so, you know, Craig was one person that stood out for me.
All right, and lastly, what's something that you want to tell the youth, like just not just this park, but just something that the Maywood youth need to know moving forward?
Oh yeah, you know, the one thing that I would like that everybody young understand is, you know, it's your life. You know, it's really, life is about choices, making right choices, and doing your best. You know, if you stay on the right path and you know, keep your head down and keep going forward, you usually get good results. You know, when you dip off the path, you know, you make a turn here or there, that's when you usually have some little mistakes and mishaps that, you know, was unexpected, but you also learn from them, hopefully. So, you know, that's what I hope, that, you know, the youth come out here like I did, take advantage of this park, take advantage of just, you know, Maywood once again, because that's one thing I do love about Maywood. You know, we support our own, especially when you're on the path to be successful. That's true. You know, the village definitely comes behind you and pushes and helps you motivate.
You can see that with just the people that's out here right now. You feel me? You got everybody from the first to the last. They all out here, you know what I'm saying? So,
well, you know, for me, you know, it's really good to have two of my former players that play in the NBA that be out here. You know, not only for me to make it to the NBA, but also to motivate and inspire, you know, some of my former players, Javon Carter and Sterling Brown. You know, that's a full circle moment for me personally.
Yes, sir. That's a true inspiration right there. So, Javon, I just want you to tell me, name somebody that impacted you growing up, other than your pops. Like, who else stood out to you in the community that kept you involved and just on track?
Man, honestly, I'm gonna have to say Keith Carter, my older cousin, man. Like, watching him on a day-to-day basis, like, really showed me, like, I really could have a chance. You know what I'm saying?
I like that. Now, tell me something about that y'all team that made it to the state finals. Something that you remember from that moment, and just even, you know, the loss. Like, what did that do for you and just as a player and your team?
Well, we were gritty. You know what I'm saying? We was that team that wasn't supposed to be too much. You know what I'm saying? Just over the course of the year, we just kept building, and next thing you know, we was the last undefeated team, you know what I'm saying, to the championship game. You know, we ran into Jabari and them, got a little tough on us, you know what I'm saying. We took that L, but, you know, it's a part of the game.
Now tell me something for the shorties in Maywood. Just tell them something out there that's something you want to share with them that's attainable.
Always believe in yourself. You know, believe, sacrifice, and discipline. Have the discipline to wake up every day and go after your dreams every day. Don't never let somebody tell you can't do something.
Thanks. Appreciate that, brother.
Yes, sir.
I looked up to a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, from just around the neighborhood to games at East, you know, going East-West rivalries, and, you know, a couple people that really, you know, stood out to me was D. Brown, obviously my brother Shannon Brown, and Jacob Pullen, and those three probably because they was closer, and I was able to go see majority of all their games at East, and you know it was a little period after my brother and them were like East kind of, you know, I ain't gonna say fell off, but they ain't have all the hype and the noise behind them, and then Jake came, and once Jake came and he started making noise, like it was like, man, it was crazy. So I probably went to their games the most, and that's who I probably, you know, looked up to and tried to, you know, resemble my game after a lot in a lot of ways. So, you know, I definitely tip my hat off, you know, to them three right there. Having Donnie as my head coach, it was huge. You know, it was really an advantage for us, you know, for me myself, to have that type of knowledge and that experience come back and, you know, teach us and get us right at a young age. You know, I mean, you can't really point out too many, you know, situations where you have that, you know, because a lot of guys who made it that far, made it to the league, they don't really come back and, you know, coach the high school, you know what I'm saying? And some do, you know, don't get me wrong, but to have that experience, like I said, at a young age, and then we go downstate 2 years in a row after that, you know, it just speaks for itself. You know, learned a lot. You know, it was me and Donnie, ain't gonna say we had a strong relationship, you know, because of, you know, just the competitiveness that we both had within us. You know, it made us better. I feel like, you know, at that time in certain ways, you know, to where you really you couldn't find it, you know, no other way. So I tip my hat off and, you know, shout out to Donnie for, you know, everything that he did for me, you know, the team and the community over the years. So with this park, man, it's huge, and I definitely hope and I want to see a lot of kids like just here on the regular like it used to be back in the day. Like, I hope all of these courts are full, you know, after school, get the kids back outside. You know, it's a breath of fresh air in a sense, because, you know, it's revitalized, and it's going to be important for the kids to be out here and for them to, you know, just come out here and let loose, you know what I'm saying, get away from some craziness that they might be seeing at home. And, you know, that's what my foundation, we pretty much trying to bring back as well, like, you know, and we trying to help out as much as we can. And, you know, you got to be on the scene and in the community to do that. So the kids gonna be out here, they gonna be active, we gonna be active with the Salute Foundation, and, you know, we got to bridge it all together, you know, because the kids are our future, you know, so that's what we trying to pour into. And as we, you know, keep going and we keep building, you know, a relationship and keep, you know, getting the kids to follow us, you know, we gonna inspire them to do great things. But basketball is where it started for me, so that's why I wanted to start for a lot of these kids, you know. So as long as they out here, they having fun, you know, they bonding, they, you know, making friends, they staying out the way, doing something constructive, then, you know, it's a win, it's a success for us, you know, especially the older people in the community, being able to just to see that youth thrive and have that chance and that opportunity. So we're gonna try to attack it, from all angles. But, here today, just seeing everybody come out and show this love and support, and having the kids see that, people care about them, that's where it started.
We interviewed tons of people right here, but we was waiting for Jake to pull up just so he can give us his experience about 10th Park, or just any story that just pop out about being here at 10th Park.
Man, my favorite 10th Park story is definitely had to be like 9, 10. I rode my bike up here from the crib. The gate was still around. It was D, Shannon, Lil Charles, and they was playing against B Walk and them, from some dudes from St. Joe's, and this shit was like packed, bro. I'm talking about cars was pulling over, blowing their horn, niggas was on top of the gates, like probably the livest I ever seen 10 Park for me as a kid. And I just remember D shooting that shit from half court and turning around looking at the gate. And I was like, this it for me right here. Like, I know what I want to do. Like, that's when I really fell in love with Maywood, all of this, with like how I knew where we had something here, like with basketball. Like, I knew the culture at that time, but like seeing D, Charles, Shannon, them really hoop, it was like, yeah, this for me. I know my path.
So you would say those three right there stuck out the most, Lil Charles, Shannon, and D?
Yeah,
or
for me,
for you, yeah.
For me, because I was coming up around that time. Mickey and Jeremiah was my age, was a little bit in front of me. D and Shannon was 4 years in front of me, so seeing them was like, they was like big dogs to me. Seeing Shannon dunk something out here and the whole fucking park go crazy, like, that was like, so when I got to high school and I used to come up here, I used to really used to put in work, because I wanted to be like, man, it's different. I saw D and them be different. I want you to understand, I'm different up here. So I would come up here shooting that bitch from half court too, trying to prove a point.
So I know last summer in the gym, y'all had the youngest one up and coming, John in the gym with y'all, right? Let's talk about how much important it is just sharing the same thing you saw from older guys. How important is that you passing it down?
So the last few summers I seen John in the gym, and like I say, the biggest thing for us, for me period, is like really passing on the torch, the knowledge, the culture and stuff for him to understand, like, man, we different, like, and you part of that group. Like, you can acknowledge that and step forward, or you could just chill and let everybody pass you. But I was on John big about that, about just understanding, like, man, you from this area, you part of this different breed, and you should really put that work in. And I really believe John got a chance. He could be special, man. And stuff like this, seeing him in the gym, seeing him and stuff like this, it really make it important. Like, what's up, big daughter?
Hey man, shout out. As y'all can see, this is a big family environment. Everybody in here, we not related, but you a damn show. Thanks. So man, shout out to Jake, shout out to everybody that's here, and shout out to Maywood.
Live from 10 Park, man. 10 Park, well placed. I used to come and hoop all the time. Me moving out to Maywood, all the hoopers that came from here, I'm just blessed to be out here showing love to all the guys. This is where it started for me at this age, these courts, this town, this city. So I had to come out to 10 Park and show love, man. So y'all already know, man, it's your boy D Brown, one of the best to do it, coming back home.
I'm a Twomina Crosby. I was raised in Maywood. My grandmother lived down the street from 10th Park. She was friends with Doc Rivers' grandmother. My memory from 10th Park as a kid, I used to come here and play ball. And I also worked at Washington School as an educator of physical education. So 10th Park played a big part. When the street lights used to flash, we knew that was the signal. It was time to go home. But it was many great ball games that happened. I got to see a lot of these legends play, and some of them I got to teach. Maywood is a great place. It's the village of eternal light. I pray that the kids enjoy and respect this park. And I give big ups to all of the people that made it happen. I'm proud to be a member of Maywood. 60153 and out.
That summer feeling, that summer.
It's hard to put into words because if you ain't live it, it's hard to speak. This court means more than just basketball, it's community.
And we checking in right here with the mayor, Nathaniel Booker of Maywood. First mayor, what was your vision behind the Inspire Fest and the rest of your life?
Yeah. Our third Inspire Fest. This is the first year bringing it here. Last year we had at Second Baptist Church. The inspiration of bringing it all together is because we got so much stuff going on this summer, for real. But honestly, inspiration, meaning like everybody called it a gospel fest, but a lot of times when you just thinking of mental and emotional wellness and health and well-being, all things are inspirational. So Inspire Fest was birthed 3 years ago. This court and this field and this basketball court was a part of a conversation we had about 6 years ago where we were talking about revitalizing all of the parks. So this is actually the 5th park that we've renovated. It's just the biggest park that we've renovated. So this one was like a $1.5 million project that's been done, and really a whole lot of it was in-kind contribution, making sure that we were able to pull this off, because we definitely don't have 1.5 to put into a park. So it's amazing. It's just a great thing. So really the vision is making sure that you moving the community forward and getting the community back engaged. Everybody talk about what was good in the 60s and the 70s. We in 2025, what's good today? So trying to bring things that's good today that we can brag on in the future.
There we go. And personal, how does it feel for you? Like a personal feeling, what's that like?
Being done, on to the next project. It feels amazing. Like everybody says, we have so many positive things going on. Within the last 30 days, we've opened up 3 brand new restaurants. We just got funding to open up the brand new grocery store. We finished the feasibility study for the sports complex, and now we're getting ready to focus on construction for 3 other things going on right now. So really it's just one project done, on to the next one. So I'm relieved that I can breathe today. Sunday is the day of rest, and then Monday get back at it.
You guaranteeing that Maywood is on the move?
Oh, you can look around and see that Maywood is on the move. When you think about just this year alone, we've only experienced 1 homicide, and that was a domestic violence dispute. So we're a much safer community than we were. We work harder with our partnerships within our school districts and our libraries and our school boards. Our elementary schools are doing better. Our park district is doing better. Our library is doing better. Our high school district is doing better. You can drive through Maywood and feel that it's being better. When you get Maywood Fest that's coming at the end of the month, after Maywood Fest, when it lets out at 11 o'clock at night, you're gonna have 9 different locations that's open until 2 o'clock in the morning in Maywood. That wasn't even a thought process 2 years ago, 3 years ago. So God's been really good to the village of Maywood.
I'm so grateful and thankful for what everybody is doing in the community in Maywood. So I said, if everybody support everyone, Maywood is winning. There's no I in team, it's a team effort, and we making it happen.
Straight like that.